Hi everyone, welcome back to DGMC, Diwane Galib, Meri Zubani. To all our returning viewers, we are very happy you could join us again. And to the new viewers, we are delighted you discovered the podcast and decided to tune in for the first time. Now, if you were with me in the previous episode, you know that in the last episode we completed Ghazal 30 from Diwane Galib. What that means is today we get to start Ghazal 31 from Diwane Galib. True to DGMZ tradition, for the first episode of the Ghazal, we are going to narrate the entire Ghazal. Going forward, we will only be narrating the couplets that are going to be talked about in the episode. So, allow me to narrate Ghazal 31 from Diwane Galib to you. This is how it goes. मैं और बज़्म मैं से यूं तशना काम आऊं, मैं और बज़्म मैं से यूं तशना काम आऊं, गर मैंने की थी तौबा, साकी को क्या हुआ था। है एक तीर जिसमें दोनों छिदे पड़े हैं, है एक तीर जिसमें दोनों छिदे पड़े हैं, वो दिन गए कि अपना दिल से जिगर जुदा था। दरमानदगी में गालिब कुछ बन पड़े तो जानू, दरमानदगी में गालिब कुछ बन पड़े तो जानू, जब रिश्ता बेगिराह था नाखून गिरा कुशा था। It's a short ghazal, just 3 couplets. Today we are going to pick up the first couplet, the matla of the ghazal. So, first couplet, one more time. मैं और बज़्म मैं से यूं तशना काम आऊं, गर मैंने की थी तौबा, साकी को क्या हुआ था। Let's start with an approximate translation. First line, मैं और बज़्म मैं से यूं तशना काम आऊं, I, and from the assembly of wine, coming back thirsty, coming back this thirsty. Second line, गर मैंने की थी तौबा, साकी को क्या हुआ था। If I had taken an oath against it, what happened to the cupbearer? So, that is the approximate translation. Let's start getting into the keywords. So, the first one is a word complex, buzme mein. Buzm is any gathering, any assembly, any congregation, and mein is wine. So Buzm mein becomes assembly of wine, a gathering of wine, by extension, assembly of wine drinking, gathering of wine drinking. इस पे शाद अजीमाबादी का ये शेर, ये बज़्म मैं है, यहाँ कोताहा दस्ती में है महरूमी, जो बढ़कर खुद उठा ले हाथ में, मीना उसी का है. The approximate translation is, this is an assembly of wine drinking. This is a gathering of wine drinking. Here, if you do not have a long reach, here, if you have a short reach, then that will be unfortunate for you. Because in this gathering, whoever reaches out, extends their hand and picks up the wine belongs to them. So here, you cannot have a short reach. If you do, that is unfortunate for you. Moving on to the next word complex, Tishna Kam. Tishna Kam is basically thirsty. इस पे जली अमरोही का ये शेर, कर दिया साकी ने सागर चूर चूर, कर दिया साकी ने सागर चूर चूर, छीन कर एक रिंद तिश्ना काम से. Oh. Yes. So the approximate translation is that the saki or the cupbearer snatched away the glass of wine and shattered it into pieces from the hands of a thirsty rind. And rind is someone who does not follow the religious rules and regulations, right? Of which one is not to drink wine. right? So from such a person, the cupbearer snatched the glass of wine and shattered it into pieces. Moving on to the next word, tauba. A common word, we use it in our local vocabulary. It translates to any kind of repentance, any kind of penance, a vow, an oath to not commit the sin again. इस पे अब्दुल हमीद अदम का ये शेर, तौबा तो कर चुका हूँ मगर फिर भी ए अदम, थोड़ा सा जहर ला कि तबीयत उदास है. Beautiful couplet. Approximate translation is yes, I have already taken a vow, I have already taken a pledge, tauba, right? Not to drink again. But Adam, and the poet is referring to himself, but get me some poison instead, because I have warred against wine, so get me some poison instead. Give me something to drink, because today, once again, I'm feeling very melancholic. I'm feeling very sorrowful. So, yes, usually I would drink wine, but now that I have vowed against drinking wine, get me some poison instead. So that takes care of tauba. Moving on to our last word, saki, pivotal to the couplet, right? Now, saki is a very multifaceted word. We will get into the details of it during the impression. But for now, for the keywords, saki is literally somebody who serves wine, or even somebody who serves water, is a water carrier, right? Somebody who bears the cup holding the liquid, be it wine, be it water, somebody who is the person you will go to quench your thirst, somebody who will give you the drink you want. And of course, in Urdu poetry, metaphorically, it also refers to the beloved. इस पे मीर तकी मीर का ये शेर, खराब रहते थे मस्जिद के आगे मैं खाने, खराब रहते थे मस्जिद के आगे मैं खाने, निगाह मस्त ने साकी की इंतकाम लिया. So the approximate translation is, in front of the taverns of wine drinking, the mosques never flourished. Never flourished, because when people used to stand between the mosque and the tavern, they usually would opt for the tavern. So the mosque never flourished, and this is how the intoxicating eyes of the cupbearer took their revenge against the mosque, of course. And then जिगर मुरादाबादी का ये शेर, साकी की हर निगाह पे बल खा के पी गया, लहरों से खेलता हुआ लहरा के पी गया. So saki is part of the entire experience of drinking and the intoxication it brings, right? So the approximate translation is that I kept looking at the eyes of the cupbearer, and I kept missing a step, right? And kept drinking, kept losing my balance and kept drinking. And as if I was playing with the waves, and while playing, I kept drinking. That is the feeling I got when I was looking in her eyes and continuing to drink. Alright, so that takes care of all the key words. Let's start getting into our impression. First line, मैं और बज़ में मैं से यूं तिश्ना काम आऊं. I, and from the assembly of wine, returning back this thirsty. Here we go. Right at the beginning of the first line of the first couplet of a new ghazal, we start off amazed at Ghalib's excellent crafting of words. He starts the first line with an interesting association, an association that exists between him, the wine drinker, and the assembly of wine, by extension, the gathering for wine drinking. The association is captured in मैं, I, or बज़ में मैं, and the assembly of wine. Me and the gathering of wine, me and the assembly of wine drinking. Ghalib, oh so effortlessly, so nonchalantly moves the spotlight on one of the strongest associations, one of the strongest dynamics that exist in Urdu poetry: the wine drinker and the assembly of wine drinking. Main or Buzz Mein Main is not a one-time scenario that Ghalib is describing for us here at the start of the couplet. What Ghalib is describing is an age-old, strong association that has both literal and symbolic meanings. So before we proceed, let's spend a few minutes on this association between the wine drinker and the assembly of wine drinking. Many a times in Urdu poetry, this association is detailed as destiny itself, something which was preordained. अब्दुल हामिद अदम का शेर: अदम रोज़े अजल जब किस्मतें तकसीम होती थीं, मुकद्दर की जगह मैं सागर और मीना उठा लाया. That fated, destined vibe, right? So the approximate translation is Adam, and the poet is referring to himself on the day when destiny and fate was getting dispersed, right? On that assigned time. Instead of getting fate or destiny for myself, what I did was I picked up Sagar Meena, right? Wine. I picked up wine drinking. So this was the big day. Everybody was getting their fate and destiny. And Adam, what did I do? I went ahead and picked up wine and wine drinking. So this is my fate. हैदर अली आतिश का ये शेर: हर शब शब बारात है, हर रोज रोजे ईद, सोता हूँ हाथ गर्दने मीना में डाल के. So the approximate translation is, for me, every night is a night of love. Every day is a divine, holy day, because I sleep with my arms wrapped around the flask of wine. बशीर बद्र का ये शेर: हाथ में चांद जहां आया मुकद्दर चमका, सब बदल जाएगा किस्मत का लिखा जाम उठा. The approximate translation is, as soon as you get the moon in your palms, your destiny will illuminate, will light up. Everything that is written in your destiny and fate will transform. Just pick up the glass of wine. And this last one, गुबार भट्टी का शेर: इसी में आ गई है खिंच के साकी रूह तकवा की, मताए दीनो ईमान कीमते एक जाम है साकी. Lovely couplet. The approximate translation is that in this itself has been pulled the entire spirit of abstinence and fear of God, etc. Trust me, O cupbearer, the valuables of religion and faith and belief are but the cost of a single glass of wine. Look at the equating that is being done. With one glass of wine, all the valuables of religion and faith and belief, because the wine drinker believes that in this one cup of wine has been pulled the entire spirit of godliness and divinity and everything else. So all those couplets to just emphasize the fact that that is the level of bond we are talking about in Urdu poetry between the wine drinker and the act of wine drinking and this assembly of wine drinking. This unspoken yet strong association makes the wine drinker eagerly await arriving at the assembly of wine, and the assembly, on the other hand, similarly eagerly awaits the wine drinker's arrival. अल्लामा इकबाल का शेर: हम तो जीते हैं कि दुनिया में तेरा नाम रहे, कहीं मुमकिन है कि साकी ना रहे जाम रहे. So the approximate translation is, we are alive only for the purpose that your name stays alive in the world. Because after all, is it even possible that the cupbearer ceases to exist and the wine glass continues to exist? Right? So we are only here to keep the name of the cupbearer alive. We are, after all, glasses of wine, right? We cannot exist if the cupbearer ceases to exist. So, with that background context into the strong dynamic between the wine drinker and the assembly of wine, let's move on to से यूं तिश्ना काम आऊं. मैं और बज़ में मैं से यूं तिश्ना काम आऊं. Tishna Kam, another word complex introduced by Ghalib in this first line, literally and simply put, thirsty. Tishna Kam is integral and inherent to the wine drinker. The wine drinker is an embodiment of this thirst. Right? The wine drinker is an embodiment of this thirst. Tishna Kami of the wine drinker is actually what extends out to embrace the wine. It's the thirst inside the wine drinker that actually reaches out to the wine. कैफी आज़मी का ये शेर, a good one. साखी सभी को है गमे तिश्ना लबी मगर मैं है उसी की नाम पे जिसके उबल पड़े. The approximate translation is cupbearer. Everybody in this assembly has thirsty lips. Everybody is thirsty, but the glass of wine, the cup of wine, belongs to the one on whose name wine itself starts bubbling in the cup in eagerness to be drunk. So, not everyone deserves the cup of wine, though everyone wants the cup of wine. मजरू सुल्तानपुरी का ये शेर, अलग बैठे थे फिर भी आँख साखी की पड़ी हम पर. अलग बैठे थे फिर भी आँख साकी की पड़ी हम पर. अगर है तिश्नगी कामिल तो पैमाने भी आएंगे. The approximate translation is, I was sitting far away in a corner, but still the roaming eye of the cupbearer stopped at me, rested on me. The fact of the matter is that if you have a true, genuine, honest, complete, comprehensive thirst, your share of wine, your share of the cup, full cup, will come to you. It will come to you. Your thirst will pull it, but the thirst should be genuine. The thirst should be comprehensive. Now, with all that background context, let's read the first line one more time. मैं और बज़ में मैं से यूं तिश्ना काम आऊं. Me and return from the assembly of wine, thirsty in this way. The moment a wine drinker enters an assembly of wine or a gathering of wine drinking, he would feel himself instantly getting surrounded by the sights, the sounds, the smells of this gathering, right? Which are all part of the magnetic pull of this assembly of wine. Entering the assembly alone is a strong trigger, making the wine drinker thirst and desire for wine instantly. Resisting the magnetic pull of this assembly is very difficult, almost impossible. खुमार बाराबंकी का ये शेर, गुजरे हैं मैं कदे से जो तौबा के बाद हम, गुड वन, गुजरे हैं मैं कदे से जो तौबा के बाद हम कुछ दूर आदतन भी कदम डगमगाए हैं. The approximate translation is, even after taking the vow to never drink again, even after repenting and then abstaining from drinking, if I was to ever cross the tavern, if I was to ever cross the place where this assembly of wine was happening, by sheer force of habit, my feet would for a few moments lose their balance, make me stumble as if I was drunk. such hard coded reflexes for wine drinking that even when I had given it up, आदतन कुछ दूर तक कदम डगमगाए हैं. Lovely couplet. So the wine drinker in our couplet today, despite his intense thirst and desire for wine, despite this magnetic pull of the assembly of wine, exits the assembly of wine thirsty. This is a rare scenario. This is not something that usually happens. This is not normal. No wine drinker leaves the assembly of wine thirsty. The first line captures the astonishment and amazement at this occurrence, cleverly and effectively captured by Ghalib in the word यूं. यूं as in like this way, and by extension, no way. How could this happen? How did this happen? Ghalib can almost be heard exclaiming, "Me, and from assembly of wine, returning this thirsty? No way. That has never happened before. That's not what usually happens. But here I am, facing this unusual situation where I went to the assembly, I entered it, I sat in it, and then I got up and I returned back from it. All this done without getting a single drop of wine. All this with my thirst intact. Came back as thirsty as I had gone, if not more." Ghalib plugs you into the first line to emphasize the element of astonishment, amazement. And the astonishment is two-folded, right? How could I bring myself to leave the assembly thirsty? That is the first fold of astonishment. And the second fold is, how could the assembly allow me to leave so thirsty? How did this happen? How is it even possible? All right, that takes care of the first line. Let's get into the second line. गर मैंने की थी तौबा, साकी को क्या हुआ था? If I had taken an oath, if I had taken a vow never to drink again, what happened to the cup bearer? In the second line, we see Ghalib get into the reason behind the astonishing occurrence of the first line. The reason again is twofold. One reason is at the wine drinker's end, and the other is at the saki's end. We will pick them one by one. Let's pick the first reason, which is at the wine drinker's end. Gar maine ki thi tauba, if I had vowed against drinking. So that is the wine drinker's reason not to drink, not to ask for wine. He has vowed against drinking wine. Now in Urdu poetry, there are two forms of sin we come across frequently. Both these sins require tawbah, since both are prohibited by Islamic faith. The first sin is idol worship, or what we call Buddh Parasti, Buddh being idol, Parasti being worship. This is a sin usually committed by the lover when he reveres and worships the beloved out of his love for her. असद अली खां कलक का ये शेर, बुत परस्ती ने किया आशिके याज़दा मुझको, पर्दाए कुफ्र में हासिल हुआ ईमा मुझको. Lovely couplet. The approximate translation is, the idol worship, by extension worshipping of the beloved, transformed me into a lover, into a devotee who was enamored of divinity, enamored of God. पर्दाए कुफ्र में हासिल हुआ ईमान मुझको. Under the veil of disbelief in God, I actually received the faith because of the idol worship I did of the beloved out of my love for her. Now, the second sin is consumption of alcohol, where the poet or the lover, sometimes it's the same person, indulges in wine drinking, even though it is haram or forbidden by Islamic faith. This is called मैं परस्ती. मैं is wine, परस्ती is worship. इस पर मुस्तर खैराबादी का ये शेर, लुत्फ़े कुर्बत है मैं परस्ती में, मैं खुदा देखता हूँ मस्ती में. The approximate translation is, the pleasures of nearness, the pleasures of proximity are received by me in worshipping wine. I actually get to see God Himself when I am intoxicated. The lover or the poet continuously shoulders the guilt of either one of these sins or both on his shoulders continuously. Tawbah is the path to absolution of these two sins, which entails both repentance and abstinence. Tawbah for wine drinking again is a popular theme in Urdu poetry, where we get to explore Tawbah from multiple perspectives. To begin with, the decision to do Tawbah, to repent, to abstain from wine drinking is not an easy decision to make for the wine drinker. It is a very difficult decision to make. शकील बदायूं का ये शेर, तौबा करता हूँ कल से पीऊँगा नहीं, मैं कशी के सहारे जीऊँगा नहीं, मेरी तौबा से पहले मगर साकिया, सिर्फ दे एक जाम आखरी आखरी. So the approximate translation is, I do tawbah, I take a vow that I am never going to drink again. I am not going to live my life with the support of drinking. But before I start this vow, before I start this oath, dear cup bearer, can you give me one last drink? Now, once this difficult decision is made, it is even more difficult to stick to it. So sure, you have done tawbah, you have taken a vow or an oath not to drink, but now to keep that oath, to keep that vow intact is even more difficult than taking the vow in the first place. निसार इतवी का ये शेर, कल जो जिक्र जाम व मीना आ गया, कल जो जिक्र जाम व मीना आ गया, मेरी तौबा को पसीना आ गया. Good one. The approximate translation is, yesterday, when the mention of wine and cup and goblet etc. was being done, my vow, my oath, my tawbah started sweating in anxiety, because it knew that if these mentions continue like this, the tawbah is going to get broken. It will not be able to take it. The temptation will be too much. जलील मनिकपुरी का ये शेर, बात साकी की ना टाली जाएगी, करके तौबा तोड़ डाली जाएगी. Good one, very famous one. The approximate translation is, the cupbearer's request to drink wine will never be refused. If tawbah has been done, then tawbah will be broken. But the request from the cupbearer to drink will not be refused. अब्दुल हमीद अदम का शेर, तौबा के टूटने का भी कुछ कुछ मलाल था. गुड वन. तौबा के टूटने का भी कुछ कुछ मलाल था, थम थम के सोच सोच के शर्मा के पी गया. The approximate translation is, the breaking of my tawbah, the breaking of my vow, the breaking of my oath to never drink again. Yes, I had a lot of grief about it. I had a lot of grief about it, and I stopped and I hesitated and I thought and I was embarrassed, and while doing all this, I drank again. With all these emotions, under the burden of all these emotions, I ultimately drank again. And then this last one from Jalal Lakhnavi. शब को मैं खूब सी पी, सुबह को तौबा कर ली, रिंद के रिंद रहे, हाथ से जन्नत न गई. Approximate translation is that last night I drank to my heart's content. In the morning I got up and I did my tawbah, right? Repented for it. So this way, in the night I was able to indulge in my nature of somebody who doesn't care about faith and religious rules and regulations, and then in the morning I was someone who did care about all this and hence would not lose his seat in the paradise. So all these couplets kind of give us a good sense, right? That first of all, doing tawbah and taking that vow is not easy, but then sticking to that vow is even more difficult. Most of the time you are going to break it. Ghalib in the second line details this exact tawbah as being the first reason at the wine drinker's end, because of which, though being in the assembly, the wine drinker refrains from drinking wine. The wine drinker does not request for any wine. Gar maine ki thi tauba. Though I had taken the oath. If I had taken the oath. Now the second reason Ghalib captures is a very interesting one. That indeed is the beauty of this couplet. Ghalib holds Saki responsible for this second reason. Now, before we get into it, a few minutes on Saki. Literally, Saki translates to cup bearer or wine server. The term originates from the Arabic root saka, which means to give, to drink. But in Sufi, Persian, and Urdu poetry, Saki is a very powerful metaphor used to convey spiritual ideas. The mystical meaning transforms the cupbearer from a simple server of wine to a spiritual guide. In this context, the Saki can represent a spiritual master or murshid who offers the wine of divine knowledge and love to his disciples. The wine in this case is not literal but symbolizes ecstatic spiritual experience. Nazir Akbarabadi का ये शेर, किस्मत में गर हमारी ये मैं है तो साकिया बे इख्तियार आपसे शीशा करेगा जस्त. The approximate translation is, if in my destiny this cup of wine is ordained, O cupbearer, then without any restriction, without any hesitation, this cup in your hand will move to be given to me, will actually of its own accord move towards me. Now, Saki can also be a metaphor for God or the divine beloved, who offers the wine of unconditional love and mystical intoxication to the yearning lovers, which are the Sufis. इस पे इब्ने इंशा का ये शेर, फ़र्ज़ करो तुम्हें खुश करने के ढूंढे हमने बहाने हों, फ़र्ज़ करो ये नैन तुम्हारे सचमुच के मैं खाने हों. The approximate translation is, just imagine that I have searched far and wide for reasons to make you happy. And then imagine that these eyes of yours, and of course this is addressed to the beloved, imagine that these eyes of yours are actual taverns serving wine. Because they are very intoxicating. So that merging, right, of love, divine love, beloved, divine beloved, right? So that is another big usage of Saki in Urdu poetry. Now, in Sufi poetry, the intoxicating feeling of love, separation from the ego, ultimate union with the divine is referred to as intoxication. The Saki is the source of this ecstatic state, helping the seeker on their The Saki is the source of this ecstatic state, helping the seeker on their path to enlightenment. इस पे अल्लामा इकबाल का ये शेर, ला फिर एक बार वही बादा व जाम ए साकी, हाथ आ जाए मुझे मेरा मकाम ए साकी. So the approximate translation is, once again, O cup bearer, give me that same cup of wine, give me that same goblet of wine, so that once again in my hand I hold my destination. The symbolic, the metaphorical meaning, right? And then lastly, in the poetic genre of Saki Nama, which is Book of the Cupbearer, the speaker who is afflicted with hardship calls upon the Saki to bring them wine to find relief. आलमा इकबाल का ये शेर, अ गुड वन, नशा पिला के गिराना तो सबको आता है, मज़ा तो जब है कि गिरतों को थाम ले साकी. The approximate translation is, everybody knows the trick of getting someone drunk and having them fumble and stumble. Anybody can do it. But the real joy is when you have a cupbearer who actually supports you, holds you, prevents you from falling and stumbling. Now that is the real spirit of the cupbearer. Yes, they serve you wine, but unlike other people, they're not gonna stand on the side and watch you make a fool of yourself, fumble and stumble and fall. The real cupbearer will reach out and support you, grab you, hold you. So, all that just so that we do not make the mistake of thinking that this couplet is just about like this normal bar scene, right, where someone went, did not get a drink, came out, and now they are blaming that they were not served any drink. It's not that crude, it's not that simple, right? There is a certain set of expectations around Saki, right? And if you keep them in mind, then the layers of the couplet kind of start becoming evident to you. Ghalib in the second line talks about Saki failing at their responsibility, both literally and symbolically. Ghalib approaches his inability to drink in a very interesting way, true to his style. Yes, he does cover the most common reason of Tawbah first, but then he goes on to accuse Saki of failing at their duty, at their purpose, at their responsibility towards the wine drinker. साकी को क्या हुआ था? अगर मैंने की थी तौबा, साकी को क्या हुआ था? What was her problem? What was her reason not to serve me? Now, one could take this complaint at a superficial level and say Saki was not serving wine to the wine drinker. But metaphorically, this would be Saki not serving the lover, the devotee, the wine of love, the wine of wisdom, the wine of comfort. नज़ीर अकबर आबादी का ये शेर, दूर से आए थे साकी सुन के मैं खाने को हम, बस तरसते ही चले अफसोस पैमाने को हम. The approximate translation is, Cupbearer, I came from far away after listening to the reputation of your tavern. But alas, unfortunately, I am going to leave this tavern as thirsty as I had arrived, still wanting and desiring a glass of wine which I never got. Symbolically, Ghalib draws a picture where he fails to request for the wine of love and knowledge and wisdom from the Saki due to his own self-imposed restriction of Tawbah on himself. But then, Saki, being the guide, the light, the wise one, should have offered Ghalib the wine he so needed, so wanted. Saki should not have allowed Ghalib's Tawbah stop Saki from fulfilling their literal and symbolic duty towards the wine drinker. Saki should have freed Ghalib from his Tawbah and served wine to him. मीरा जी का ये शेर, चांद सितारे कैद हैं सारे वक्त के बंदी खाने में, लेकिन मैं आज़ाद हूँ साकी छोटे से पैमाने में. The approximate translation is the moon, the stars, everything is kind of imprisoned in the cage of time. But look at me, O cupbearer, I roam freely, I swim freely in this small goblet of wine. By extension, cupbearer, you have freed me from all imprisonment by offering me the small cup of wine. And that's exactly what is not done for Ghalib in this couplet. And true to his nature, that is exactly what Ghalib is complaining against. So that takes care of the second line. Let's quickly spend a few minutes looking at the couplet in totality. Now, the couplet obviously can be understood at a very simple, superficial, literal level, or it can be understood at a symbolic level. That is Ghalib's mastery, right? In both scenarios, Ghalib manages to capture complexities that you would not usually notice, or talk about, or write about. Now let's take the literal scenario first, where a wine drinker has gone into a gathering of wine drinking and comes out thirsty. In this scenario, Ghalib has put the responsibility of defeating thirst, tishnakam, right? He has put the responsibility of defeating thirst on both the drinker and the server, which is the saki, equally. Usually, if one fails at this responsibility of quenching thirst or defeating thirst, the other one would fulfill the responsibility. And somehow it will be ensured that wine is served and the thirst is quenched. Ghalib, however, in today's couplet captures this rare scenario where both fail. The wine drinker fails and the cupbearer fails. Both fail, leading to a situation where thirst wins. Thirst persists. Tishnakam. I came back with my thirst intact. In the symbolic scenario, the impact is even deeper and, if we may say so, more destructive, right? Where Ghalib once again captures a situation where, due to the wine drinker's own self-imposed limitation, he is unable to reach out to the divine source for the drink of love, knowledge and comfort. Ghalib states in this couplet that even if the devotee or the lover, due to their limitations, could not reach out, what was stopping the divine source from pouring into them regardless? By extension, nothing should stop the divine from pouring into the devotee, the wine of love, knowledge and comfort. Is the couplet about wine? Is the couplet about wine drinker? Is the couplet about wine drinker's tawbah? Well, in DJMZ's humble opinion, the couplet is about the eternal plea, the eternal request to Saki for the thirst quenching wine. Ghalib says, अगर मैं मांग नहीं सकता तो तुम देने से क्यों रुक गए? तुम आम आदमी तो हो नहीं कि तुमसे मांगेंगे तो तुम दोगे. तुम तो एक अलग लेवल पे ऑपरेट करते हो, डिवाइन हो, ऑल नॉलेजेबल हो. You cupbearer are operating at a totally different level. You are wise, you are knowledgeable, you have unlimited resource of love and wisdom and comfort to give. Why did you stop giving? Even though I stopped asking, why didn't you nevertheless give it to me? Why did you let me not asking stop you from giving? सैयद अख्तर अली अख्तर का ये शेर, आया हूँ मैं कदे में बड़ी तिश्नगी लिए, साकी पिला दे आज तू दरिया दिली के साथ. That same eternal plea, right? The approximate translation is, I have come in this tavern of wine drinking with a thirst that is unlimited, unsurmountable. So, cup bearer, today, throw open the gates of generosity and give me so much to drink that I am able to quench this unlimited thirst of mine. परवेज शहीदी का ये शेर, होठों को शराब अब पिला दे साकी, रग रग में एक आग लगा दे साकी. The approximate translation is, pour wine on my lips, cup bearer, and by doing that, let fire run in each and every vein of mine. जितेंद्र मोहन सिन्हा रहबर का ये शेर, आंखों आंखों में पिला दी मेरे साकी ने मुझे, खौफे जिल्लत है ना अंदेशाए रुसवाई है. What a beautiful couplet. And this is where probably the Saki is the beloved. So the approximate translation is, my cupbearer served me wine from their eyes alone, saving me the fear of any embarrassment and humiliation, saving me the fear of sinning, right? Because they intoxicated me by serving me wine from their eyes itself. And then this last one, मजरूल कयाम मजहर का शेर, पिला दे हकीकत का एक जाम साकी, मैं लेता रहूँगा तेरा नाम साकी. The approximate translation is, serve me one glass of truth, O cupbearer. Serve me truth as wine, just once, O cupbearer, and forever and ever I will keep chanting your name. I will keep thanking you for this one glass of truth that you will serve me. So that takes care of मैं और बज़ में मैं से यूं तश्ना काम आऊं, गर मैंने की थी तौबा साकी को क्या हुआ था. That's how the couplet came across to us in two parts, the literal and the symbolic. Now, that brings us to the end of this episode. Next time, we are going to pick up the second couplet. As always, we'll be very keen to hear your feedback, your comments on the episode. Let us know how it sat with you. For the new viewers, a strong recommendation to go through the episode titled Introduction to DGMC, because that will give you a good insight into the motivation, the inspiration behind this podcast. For our regular viewers, whenever you have time, visit the homepage of the channel. There are playlists segregated by topics. We have a playlist now running for posts where we are presenting this share of the day. We have a playlist for DGMZ Bites, and then of course we have a regular playlist for every ghazal. Now allow me to go ahead and close this episode as always by sending a lot of love and light to all you dear viewers, and thanks for watching.